Asan tutiamak, tinimak, minagagan ni wago maganak, tapiskat no. As another election season is coming around the corner, I thought it would be a good time to recall how far we come together as a nation of the Pimicikamak. Despite the fact that COVID took 2 years of our term, with the help of my council, the community leaders, the dedicated workers, we have completed more than $222 million worth of community development projects over the last 4 years. And this includes over 70 new residential homes and improved community infrastructure, water and sewer. We've also taken back our nation's financial security by removing the third-party management that was previously in place. For 19 years, we were in third-party management. Today, we are in good financial health. Our community is growing, and I'm excited that we are able to finish many of these projects to support our growth. We have about 250 children that are born, babies born every year. So we need the room, we need the growth, we need the infrastructure and the housing and all the things that we need to get done. But despite our community investments, there's more work to be done because of that. I want the most vulnerable in our community to be taken care of. Which is why I've moved forward with my council with plans to finish the youth center for our children, to build a women's shelter and a transition home for women that are affected by violence, drugs, and alcohol. And we also completed renovations for the Pimicikamak personal care home for our elders. And more recently, a state-of-the-art health center for our people. Our own hospital, you know. And I hope that that's going to make a big difference for a lot of people. So they don't have to be sent out all the time. We have secured funding for our COVID isolation units, and also with co-investment housing funds, we're able to build more houses. And now we are in the planning for a process to start housing development in Saginaw and Alberts Lake areas. So we did on South End already for housing. Now it's going to be North End for housing. We're going to start developing that area, grubbing and clearing, making roads, planning for water and sewer, and more houses in that area. And you know what the good thing is? These will be self-financed by our band, as we are now in a good financial position to do so. We will also be able to create opportunities for those looking for professional development as we introduce community investment into professional education, construction training, and year-round employment. These are good opportunities for a lot of our people, especially the women. We had women that were training to operate heavy equipment machinery, and they've done that and they graduated. You've seen a lot of that happening. Also, many of the seasonal jobs, like carpentry, construction, have become year-round employment. We have almost completed all the streetlights in Cross Lake, and you've probably seen that already. Everywhere you drive, there's lights. This is for the safety of our children, safety of our community people that are out at night. The next thing that's going to be done is paving all the roads in Cross Lake. We bought the equipment already. We have the asphalt mixture, the asphalt spreader, and also the rollers to flatten the asphalt. So it'll be nice, good-looking roads that we'll have. We couldn't do it right away because there's so many heavy equipment that was driving back and forth building the health center, and they were breaking up the road. But now, once that's going to be done, because the health center is going to be done, it'll be open in June or July, ready to move in already. So under my leadership, we have begun the process of collecting cows and plows. Yes, you heard about cows and plows before. It's a compensation owed to our people. It's money, broken promises that were made to our people by the government under the treaties. They said, you owe us money, you owe us land, you owe us cow, you owe us a plow. All these things, they cost money, and they were supposed to give us this money all this time, and they didn't. So we're now making a claim that they have to pay us. they're not going to give you cows and plows, but they're going to give you money for those cows and plows. But the collection process is very complicated. And I want to make sure that this is done right to ensure community members receive their justified compensation. And tawas na ganiyak. With an expected total payout of $400 million or more, members of our community, all of you, will receive per capita payments and be able to pursue education and self-sustenance. This is going to benefit all Pimicikamak and band members, regardless of residence. It's for all of us. All Pimicikamak lives matter, and we have started to invest in projects and services, including economic development, to benefit all Pimicikamak citizens. I have also begun the process of expanding our community area to include a 1.5 million hectare area of forest north of the community. With a successful re-election, I will be able to continue this work to lay the foundation for the youth of this growing community. As Chief of the Nation for 4 years, I worked really hard for you. I am a member of the National Chiefs Committee for National Child and Family Services and Self-Determination. I'm also one of the only chiefs that sits on the National Community for Social Development. We have made progress to develop laws, to increase funding for our community with cost of living allowances, increased funding for education and welfare and pensions. I am exposed to numerous funding opportunities because I sit on these chiefs committees. I'm invited to sit on these things, regionally, professionally, provincially, and nationally. As the Chief of the Nation for Pimicikamak, I work hard for the nation, day in and every night on weekends. And I represent Pimicikamak at all levels of government. I sit on the 4th Traditional Council, Pimicikamak Executive Council Team Leader, Principal Spokesperson for the Nation. I'm also the ex officio Chief for Cross Lake Band of Indians. I sit on the MKO Executive Council. I'm also the Vice Chief for MKO in case Grand Chief can't do anything and he has to leave somewhere. I step in for him. I also sit on the Chiefs Committee for Health Transformation. That's what we're working on. I also sit on the Executive Council for AMC and the Chiefs Committee for AMC on Gaming, on the Chiefs Committee for AMC on Education. I'm also one of the negotiators on the Chiefs Committee for Education for AMC. That's for all of Manitoba, to make sure we get proper funding. I sit also on the AFN Chiefs Committee, a member on the Charter Renewal. On the AFN Chiefs Committee, as a Child Farm Service Committee member and for self-determinations. I'm also a community member on social development for welfare, Jordan's Principle, and child welfare. And I also sit on as chairperson for the Kiwetnog Inino Okimawan Council. That last one is actually about health transformation, to make our own laws, to increase funding, to make sure our people are taken care of when they go for health, for medical, to make sure we all have good travel, a place to stay, a place to eat, and to make sure that the doctors and the nurses are taking care of our people. We have to transform the health system. We're not just going to take it over. We're going to make sure it's in a good way first. I love this community. And I think I've proven I can do it. I can lead this community. I want to continue developing it into a future. One of the things that, important things that I've done for this community is that I said I wanted to keep money in the community. I want to make sure that nobody's taking money away from us. So one of the things I've done was develop a procurement policy where all initiatives must be community-based. They must be community-controlled, they must be community-determined, and they must be community-specific. Reason why I do this, I want to make sure that we use our people first, our vehicles first, and our equipment first, and our supplies first. Because we don't have it all here. This makes sure that we invest in our community, and the money stays in our community, and we grow stronger financially. And we will get stronger and better. One of the reasons why I want our people to do this work in communities and doing their jobs, because I know the power of the nation rests with the people. And we know what we need, we know what we want, and we can do it better. And I'd like to do this with you. I would love the opportunity to continue representing our people at the local, regional, and national level. When it comes to election time, please vote for David A. Monias. Thank you. Huwag kayo David Monias, Pimicikamak Cree. Tanas kapit na.